So you want to start picking up dog poop, but you're not exactly sure what tools to use. Don't worry, I'm here to share it with you. And why you should trust me is because my name is Erica Crouppen, and I am the owner of Crouppen's Poop and Scoopin', which is a dog waste removal business here in Michigan. I've been in business for almost 7 years. I also create content here for the Poop Scoop Millionaire on the Scoop Start channel, and I want to share with you the simple tools to help you get started in business. And the cool thing is you get to use those tools throughout your career because they stay the same. There are different variations depending on your style. I'm gonna give you just the basics, but if you want to know more, I want you to check out the Poop Scoop Millionaire community over on School. In there, I wanna say there's over 900 pooper scoopers in there talking about this industry. And they have different kind of rakes, different modifications to the bucket, different styles and different techniques that you could pull from. So definitely check that out. But here, I'm gonna share with you the basics to get started. The first piece I wanna show you is I wanna show you the bucket that we use. So when I talk about like buckets, 13-gallon buckets, this is what I'm talking about, because a 13-gallon trash bag actually fits inside of this bucket. We line it, but this is the bucket or the dustpan that we use. Some people will modify this handle and they flip it around. I do that. I actually have a handle that I put onto mine. Some people have brackets that they put onto it. So there's a lot of modifications. And like I was talking about in the Poop Scoop Millionaire community, that's where you're gonna find a lot of that information because the people in there are just absolutely brilliant. I love that. So the yellow dozer bucket. Up next would actually be a rake. I use a child's garden rake, but I get mine from Lowe's. I've seen people use these type of rakes. I've seen people use this type of rake, the Corona rake. I personally cannot use this rake because it's too heavy for my hand. I'll show you the rake that I actually use. This 8-inch steel lawn rake with a steel handle. This used to be green. It's trending now. You guys are hilarious. I know you guys are buying this rake up. But this is the rake that I use. And just for reference, I'm 5'4", about 150 pounds. I am not super, like I'm kind of strong, but like not super strong. So I can't handle a super heavy rake. This one's nice and light. And it comes up to like, right here on my waist. It's not a super tall rake. The next items that you're gonna need are trash bags. I personally have been using the Members Mark 13-gallon trash bags pretty much since the beginning. You can get them in regular scent, fresh scent. Sometimes you can get them in lavender scent. The reason why I like these is because they're the flex and I feel like they hug the bucket so well, that yellow bucket. When I first started, these were like $13 and some change. Sometimes I got them for $12 and some change. So they've definitely gone up in price, but these are the trash bags that I use for my business. The next item that you're going to need is a disinfectant for your tools. You could use bleach, that is way cheaper. Just know that you have to read the dilution ratio and then it's only stable for 24 hours. So be really careful with that. So once you dilute it, you have to keep replacing it every 24 hours. I personally use Top Performance 256 cleaner. This right here, go ahead, when you go on Amazon, type in Top Performance 256 cleaner, read through all of it, find out your ratios for how you're going to want to dilute this, but this is what the majority of us are using. Like I said before, if you go over in the school community, there's going to be a lot of other resources in there. There are other products that are very similar to this that do the exact same thing. This is just the one that I have always used. It was recommended to me when I first started, and so it's just keep using it because it's super easy. And why it's really important to have a disinfectant, because you want to make sure that you're disinfecting your tools, your rake, your bucket, and your shoes. You're not applying this on the yards itself, you're applying this on your tools because you're using those tools from yard to yard to yard, that it's getting feces on it, bacteria, and you don't want to transmit that bacteria to a dog because that's not good. That is not good at all. And I believe all of these links should be included down below. So you don't have to go from each place to look it up, you should be able to just click the link down below. And because you are disinfecting your tools, you're gonna need something to put the disinfectant into, which is a sprayer. Something along these lines. I've used many different sprayers. They all have their issues. I'm not gonna lie. They all have their issues. There's the Chaplin brand. This is a larger one. It has a handle where you can spray. But I've been really enjoying these type of sprayers because there's no handle that you have to deal with. But the issue is they are smaller, so you are having to like fill them up and replace them pretty much daily, if not. For us, it lasts a shift and a half. It doesn't last 2 shifts. But it gets the job done, and I like it. So you're gonna wanna get yourself a sprayer that works best for you. If you get one of these sprayers, I do recommend you getting like a Lowe's or a Home Depot or some type of painter's bucket to put that inside of, because the hose leaks and you don't want that to leak inside of your vehicle if you are storing it inside. And then same thing within the truck. You don't want it just bouncing around back there while you're driving because it will break and it will leak and you'll have issues. I've also have had issues. If you are not hauling the dog poop away, meaning you're not taking the poop with you, you're double bagging it and you're putting it in the homeowner's trash can, you don't need to worry about this section. But if you are hauling it and you're trying to figure out like, I don't have a truck, I don't know how I'm going to take this poop with me because I don't want to put it inside of my car because it's smelly, you're gonna wanna get something like this, which this is a cargo trailer. You will need to have a hitch on the back of your vehicle to be able to attach a cargo trailer. But once you do that, you figure out what hitch size you have in your cargo trailer that will fit. And this is what I started my business with. I put one of these on the back of my 2007 Chevy Cobalt, and I put a bin. I'll show you what type of bin that I put on the back of it with a lid. And then that way I was able to put the dog poop inside of it, put the lid on top of it. That was only good until I was doing about 15 houses a day. Once I started doing like 20 houses a day, 25 houses a day, it became a nuisance and we had a lot of dog poop and it was really weighing down the back of my car and it was really messing up the shocks. Like it was really messing it up. So it wasn't necessarily ideal, but it got the job done for what I needed it for. These Home Depot totes seem to work quite well. The reason why I personally liked it is because with the bin, it was black, so you couldn't see through it, so people couldn't actually see the dog poop. And what I did was I sometimes made a cut in the side of it, so then I was able to throw the dog poop in it. But like I said, all those type of modifications, that's inside the Poop Scoop Millionaire. But this type of bin, it fit on the cargo trailer, and it worked quite well. There's a lot more that goes into this business, but for the sake of this video, I wanted to keep it super basic. I don't want you to get overwhelmed because when you get overwhelmed, you're not going to start your business. And I want you to not only start your business, but I want you to succeed. So these basic tools are gonna help get you started. You will be solid, you will be good to go. Make sure to join us over on the Poop Scoop Millionaire community, not only to say hi, but to hang out and get inspiration and fast track your business. I wish I would have had this when I got started. I truly do, because people in the community are growing their businesses so fast and they're having such great success, and it's super exciting to see them grow. And I'm really curious to see where this industry is going to be in the next 1 to 5 years. And if you want to know more about this industry over here on YouTube, definitely click one of these videos to keep on learning.